All right. So last video I reacted to actually was Tjass playing at the men's league video, the championship game. And I was saying how I wanted to watch this because I haven't watched it yet. And I saw him tweet out and put on his community like it's a small documentary he put together himself or something like that. So I want to see not only what he's got storytelling wise, but I want to see just the video in general because this is a question that I had for T Jazz myself. I mean, obviously I can't get a hold of him, but um, I want to know why he didn't play college basketball as well. I'm pretty sure I already know the answer. Just blowing up and stuff like that. It was probably a lot. I don't know. In your eyes as a high schooler, if you can take the social media route, it just seems like a better route than having to go to college and be in school again, this and that. Unless you just die hard, want to go to the NBA, play professional basketball, something like that. But I don't know. And also, you can't really make money from your name and likeness. So maybe somewhere along the lines. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna get into it, but here we go. Tristan
One of
Jass.
the most frequent questions that I get asked in my everyday life: why didn't you play college basketball?
Okay.
So I met Tristan by going to his house and we
That's
recorded
cool.
a song. We dropped it that night and we just continued to be friends after that.
So me and Tristan met when we were playing second grade basketball on the Heat.
He was going to the gym all the time, just grinding basketball constantly. So
I remember we were talking about basketball, and he mentioned that he wanted to start waking up early, and that he was transferring to Tremper.
So it was about sophomore year in high school. I really started taking basketball seriously. I just transferred from a private school to a public school.
And that he wanted to play with these better players and try to get more exposure for college. And I was like, bet we should start working out. Next thing you know, we're waking up at 4:45 in the morning,
Wake up at 4:45.
going to the Tremper gym every single day before school, just putting up shots, doing drills, getting our handles right. And this was like an everyday thing.
So we went to this gym all the time. I'm talking, we would be there from 10, because we would sneak in literally 5 minutes before this gym would close. We had to sneak in. We would go hide upstairs. We're at a college, by the way. We would hide upstairs in like the ballet room or something like that. And we would literally just sit there until
So
everyone left.
this
except,
has nothing to do with the actual story, but like the cinematics and stuff like that. I like the idea. Um, I like this shot right here of his friend. What is it? Young Trench. Young Trench. I like this. I like the framing of this shot. I don't like how the other interviews are shot from overhead, but I like where this is going though. This is
janitors,
cool.
and we would be there, and literally like we would walk down, try to make sure no one's there. Like we have to be all cautious and stuff. So we would go in there and we would just do these layups over and over and over.
I was never the greatest at basketball, but I always just loved the hard work. Like for Tristan, the man was just naturally talented. He was really good at basketball for whatever reason. I can't even say genetics. It was
For
just
whatever
talent
reason.
and hard work.
My sophomore year, I started varsity as the point guard, and that was a big leap for me, but I put in a lot of work to get there.
We both had this mindset where it was like we wanted to do more.
He started getting really good. He was for whatever reason crazy quick. Tristan really started gaining exposure after crossing up one of his teachers.
I saw this video a while ago, obviously. Could you imagine?
Just think about how lucky that is. You cross your teacher, happens. I'm feeling.
I didn't know he had a brother.
To know how to push that video. Telling people oh, bro, go like this, blow it up. Telling people to blow it up and
I mean, this is gonna sound stupid, but they do look alike.
And in that video.
Big Dad,
He was posting,
Jeff Jazz.
ESPN, World
They probably call
Star,
him JJ.
It's all these big Instagram accounts.
And I remember it kept going, and Tristan.
I
was
remember,
going
like
viral
straight up, I
all the
remember when T Jazz first started taking off. Like obviously didn't know who he was. Nobody really did because he came out of nowhere with all these crazy ass layups and just like breaking people, insane handles. And I feel like he really blew up like from the layups that he was doing, and he still does those too. He still posts those as well. But I remember when he was first blowing up, and I feel like he just did it the right way, man, with taking that. And I don't want to say kind of like how the professor did it, but he's like professor's little brother, because it's kind of exactly how it happened with Professor, and I'm just like you think stereotypically, you don't see like this small white kid that's about to blow up, go to these parks, go to these league games, and just hoop on people, and it's entertaining, and in another sense, like it serves as a motivation to the kids that are just like him that want to play basketball when they get older. So I think he just did it the right way for real because obviously it's working out.
Like, all these crazy tricks shots. He became.
See how like this is just like a cinematic touch, but watch how some of the interviews they're kind of shooting over top. But Tjass was working.
Like even if like, you know what I'm saying, like he even had haters before like YouTube, like it was like crazy. Like that's how much like people knew him and could know shit.
So my junior year summer, I finally got on a good AAU team that was playing every weekend in front of college coaches.
AAU's
This
big,
is
man. It's
what
huge.
I've
People
been
don't
grinding for.
understand.
This is what I've been working for. I wanted
Under
to go out
Tjass's
and
name
just
says
try to get
bucket.
some college offers, get them on the table.
And Tristan talked to it was a Division I school, and they made him an offer. And Tristan was like totally blown away, and he called me, and Dad, he's going, he can't believe, I got a Division I offer to play college basketball, and I'm just like wow,
I picked up my first Division I offer.
That's dope. I didn't know he had any
Elkhorn
people offers.
State.
That was his goal. He worked his whole life so that he could literally just go to college, get that scholarship. And he had that scholarship. And he was super grateful for it and super excited to go to school as well. But that's when I started telling him, like, shortly after that, I was like, bro, like, you got to make a YouTube channel. Like, that was the thing that changed everything. We were in there filming YouTube videos constantly, dude. And, like, people made fun of the idea of it all the time.
We were literally filming on an iPhone. I was editing on the iPhone on iMovie.
Yep.
His first video did well for being his first video. I think I can't even remember how many views it had. It definitely wasn't a lot, but he had less than 1,000 subscribers.
I don't know, like a lot of people were telling him to do YouTube. A lot of people were telling him to go to college.
It really felt like we were doing something right, and it felt like he was on the right track, and he really quickly gained traction with it. Like
he had such a
Damn, I wish I could have helped put some of this together, bro.
Realistically, no one starts here and takes one big step, and all of a sudden they're here. There is no.
He's got such a great idea
this
here.
Man had planned out everything from step one all the way to step where he's at now.
And the whole time, I know it was in the back of his head, like, man, I got this full ride.
I didn't want to commit to a school right away because I felt like I wanted to pick up more offers to have options to, see what was the best fit for me.
This is what, like, your family wants you to do. They want you to go to college, get that full ride, and, like, just be successful in, like, the regular way because that's the way that your family's going to be comfortable.
I ended up picking up another offer from Southern Utah, and that's where
Just watching this makes you be like, damn, okay, Tjass deserves this shit.
So when it came down
Tjass
to,
deserves what he's doing.
going to college, he decided that he didn't want to do NCAA basketball because he couldn't do YouTube videos, and so he started looking at NAIA.
Yeah, okay, there.
from
That's
Arizona.
what I was talking about before the video started.
Came and watched him play a couple games.
With not being able to monetize.
They really liked Tristan, and so they made him an offer. He accepted.
towards the end of my senior year of high school, I called up the coaches and I committed to Ottawa University. After visiting everything, I really want to come play for you guys and I want to commit.
He became more and more interested in
That's cool.
doing YouTube.
That they have that
He
video.
flew out to Arizona. He saw where he was going to be staying. They had apartment-style dorms. They were
Damn,
totally cool.
nice
He'd
ass.
been staying with like 3 other
Bro,
roommates.
what?
And it was,
Yo, they're
I don't know, I
fucking.
was happy for him.
His dorm room apartment that he was about to be in is nicer than the apartment now.
Every single practice, every single game, like you can't be skipping this stuff. Tristan was like, well, I might miss out on a couple big opportunities for myself if I'm going to every single of these practices.
I don't know. I just had this weird feeling in the back of my head, like, damn, like, do I want to go anymore? Like,
I'm pretty sure it was either the same day or the next day. It was like 3 days before he was supposed to go. Told his coach he can't go anymore.
I remember he called me up and he's Dad. And Dad. He goes, I really don't want to go away to college and play basketball. So, you know, it kind of broke my heart.
I got everybody in my ear telling me, you need to go to college, you need to get an education, you have a scholarship, $38,000 a year, you know, it's being paid for, you need to go. But in the back of my head, I just really wasn't feeling it anymore.
He was stressing about this, as anyone would, because it's like, I have this
Damn,
full,
the universe was
huge
really telling him
opportunity.
some
Like, he was
shit,
so
bro.
grateful and he worked so hard to get this scholarship.
I was mind blown. I was like, how, like, you can just, like, be like, all right, I'm doing YouTube.
I'm like, you know, this is a $38,000 a year school. And I said, you're going to be, you know, starting point guard as a freshman at this brand new school.
His
It was
dad
crazy
kind of
because
seems like he's
for
still
me,
sick about
I
it.
was sitting
He's
there
probably really
thinking,
happy,
oh,
but
my
he's just said he was heartbroken.
I didn't
Damn.
want my best friend to leave.
This dude's got some good
I
energy.
want to go to Arizona, because I'm like, who do I work with? Like, this is our thing. Like, we grind and like.
I talked to my mom, she was confused. I told a lot of people, and you know, a lot
Look,
of people at that
it says
moment
bucket.
disagreed with me and were
We're at
against me. Family
bucket.
members, friends, close family friends, whatever.
If he went back to his phone, you'd probably find screenshots or old posts that people would post talking about how he's not going to do anything. He's big-headed, he's cocky, whatever. I mean, it wasn't cocky, it was confidence.
I tried talking to him about, you know, hey, you know, think about this more. And he's like, I have been thinking about it. I'm just like, well, let me think about it because I don't know what to say at the moment.
It's so hard to do something that no one understands yet. Denying a full ride to school is extremely hard on
Yeah.
someone's mental.
Hey,
health.
he
The
just
other
he
thing
just hit it. He just said a
you're
gem.
about
Listen to
school
this.
Is
Whoa! Listen to this. Hold on.
it's
Right here.
so hard to do something that no one understands yet. Denying a full ride to school is
So hard to do something that
extremely
no one
hard on
understands
someone's
yet.
mental when the other thing that you're about to do is simply just not guaranteed at
That's a
all.
gem.
Like, the YouTube thing, dude, it could have failed. 100% could have failed.
He always had a good handle on everything. And I'm just like, you know what? I mean, this is what he wants to do. You know, this is what he can do. He can always go back and just go to college someplace and do a walk-on.
Yo, that's clutch. Shout out to Tjass's dad, Jeff, for supporting his son's decision. Because a lot of parents, when it comes to like their kids and going to school and shit, it's their number one thing. And it's weird because a lot of parents actually want their kids to go to school so they can have their own bragging shit about it. Like, yeah, my son or my daughter or whoever graduated and they got their degree and they're educated, this and that. For a lot of people that don't want to go, like, it's shitty that you do it for your parents or for people because, I don't know. It's actually what Tjass's dad or what his friend just said about, it's hard to understand something or it's hard to do something when nobody understands or something like that, or hard to get support. So shout out to Tjass's dad for supporting him because that's tough, man. I've had the support from my family with everything I do. I really didn't want to go to school either, but with what I started to do after like a year and a half of being in school, with YouTube and stuff, I used the position that I was in as a college athlete as my YouTube name, and that was my brand. And so although I didn't want to be in school, or although I didn't want to go, I had to stay because it was kind of like what I was doing, and then I kind of fell in love with it and this and that. Maybe I'll do a story one day, but this isn't the point. What I'm saying is to have that support is probably big time, and it probably meant a lot to
And I
Tjass.
called him back up and I said, you know, if this is what you really want to do, I said, go for it.
So much, bro. There's actually no thing, man, bro. There was hella people down Tristan. Hella.
This dude doesn't want to be on camera.
Family type shit, like, motherfuckers. It was like, I even had some down.
The hardest decisions, if not the hardest decision he's ever had to make.
How am I gonna go to college, work on the YouTube channel, have practices and games, do homework, which I already don't like doing homework.
So I come over a lot of people just either calling me up on the phone, mad because, you know, they've talked to him and he said, well, you know, my
That's
dad,
shitty, bro.
my dad said
Because it's
okay.
not your decision.
And so then I'm getting phone calls from other people, you know, saying, well, what are you doing? Why are you letting him make his own decisions? And I'm
Because
like,
he's
well,
an
for the
adult,
most
it's his
part, I said,
decision.
we always let Tristan make his own decisions. And it's like I said, within reason.
Looking back at it, it was the right decision to not go. But at the time, you call anyone stupid for doing that. And it's like you have 1,000 subs on YouTube. You really think you're gonna make it?
Like, education
That's fair.
simply can't replace happiness. It's that simple. And the fact that he was willing to put himself out there and go against what so many people said and fully take advantage of the opportunity and, like, just want to make people smile.
So, you know, looking back, being an upset father, why are you passing up a college scholarship to, you know, try and do stuff on YouTube? And looking back now, it's probably
Best decision I've ever made in my life.
Best decision you could ever have made.
Best decision he's ever made in his life.
Best decision he ever could have made in his life.
one of the best decisions he's made so far in his life.
Tough. That's cool. It's a great way to answer the most asked question about yourself. God, I just wish I could have helped them with some of the storytelling. Well, not the story itself because I don't know the story, but like some of the cinematography behind it. But anyway, great video, and like I said, a really good way to answer the most asked question about yourself. So shout out Tjass. Also shout out to his friends for being in this, and a big shout out to his dad and his parents, or I don't know, I didn't really hear anything from his mom. Anyway, his family and friends supporting him, because that's big time, especially when you try and make a decision like his homeboy said that nobody really understands yet. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. Stay motivated, stay positive. Where's this button? Take it easy.